Okay, so I've finished the painting now, and it's time to have a review and assessment. So I'm quite happy with it. Perhaps a bit of splatter here might be good. So like this. Oh, and look, that blue did come through. That blue did come through. So that worked quite well. But it needs a little bit of splatter here, like this. And if you don't like some of these, or you've got too many, you can wipe them out with tissue. And of course you want most of the splatter to be at the front. Because as you go into the distance, you can't see the detail. Like that. Okay, and if I had some white paint, I'd also use that because I think it'd look quite interesting. So I'm happy with the path. Apart from the reflections, you can't see a reflection for this tree, so that's a weakness. Here it's too wide, and here it was too wide, so I didn't do that very well. Here with this one, I did it too soon. What I should have done was first of all just touch the paper here and see how much the paint spread out, and then if it didn't spread that much, that would have been the ideal time to do that. But I'd have to bear in mind that I need to do it for this, for the tree, for this tree, and also here. So that is tricky, but it's still good enough as a painting. So I'm happy with the path. Well, apart from the reflections, they need to be better. The figure is okay. I would get maybe some white paint and do a highlight around him. The sky is actually a lot better than I thought it would be, but I still, like I said before, would make it even whiter in the middle. And the trees are okay, but could be defined a little better. The shadows could be a bit more interesting shape with the shadows, I think. The grass is quite good, but yeah, the grass is fairly okay. I'm fairly happy with that. Maybe a little bit of splatter would be good. And the trees, the shape of the trees is nice, but it needed more perspective. So I needed one tree, maybe this one, needed to make that maybe smaller and put it here. Or maybe make this one smaller and put it here. And I think that would have been a bit better. So it's always good after you've done a painting to assess it, and then even if you've got the energy, go and do a new one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a new painting for you of this scene, and so you're going to see like how sometimes you do a painting, you're not quite happy with it, and then you're going to go and do it again. But this time I'm going to make a bigger sky just for fun. And I'm going to get those trees in perspective. Well, I'm going to make one bigger and the other smaller. They're too similar, and that's not so great. And then I'm going to try and get these bushes looking better, the shadows especially. The grass, I'd like a bit more when I use the liner brush to get the kind of not wet, but light areas, the top of the grass. I'd like to do that better. And the reflections I want to do better. And maybe get even more blue in this path. So let's have another go and try to do that.